Good morning, I'm gonna take you through a small morning routine. Today's video is sponsored by Vloet, which I will talk a little bit later about in the video. I wake up around 7:30 and I will go wash my face. I don't use cleanser in the morning because I don't want to take off all the good oils in my skin that I cleaned last night. I brush my teeth and then I'm ready to get dressed. Once I am downstairs, I grab my Seed Pre and Probiotic. I always bring this with me wherever I go. And of course, I combine this with a lot of water to hydrate. Today is a rest day, so I'm not working out and I make some breakfast. I try to always have something to eat before I have any caffeine. This is to reduce cortisol spikes and it's overall better for female hormones. I start with 2 eggs and 1 egg white to scramble some eggs. I'm slicing 1 tomato, some arugula, and half an avocado for healthy fats. I am honestly not craving a big breakfast, so I keep it light but protein rich. I scramble some eggs. And then there you go. This is my breakfast. Then Max and I are going for a little walk outside. It's my favorite thing to do in Amsterdam. And even when I'm not working out, I want to move my body in the morning. We've been visiting all sorts of cafes in Amsterdam as research and to see where we can place our own Nekohama matcha as well. Today we're visiting this cute cafe Au and I ordered a small cappuccino with pea milk. I've seen pea milk everywhere here in Amsterdam and it's actually really good. It's my first time trying it and I'm curious what you guys think of it. Then it's time to go home and take a shower and to get ready for the day. Alright, I just got my makeup done and I'm gonna get my hair done quickly. I absolutely love my bathroom in Amsterdam because I have so much daylight here. I feel I can actually see my hair and makeup. One of the things, which was a little bit of a thing when I arrived in Amsterdam, I have this apartment already for years and I was actually renting it out. But when I came back, I literally had no stuff here and I could not bring any of my curling irons, my hair dryer, my Dyson, all of it. The plugs are different here and it will literally blow up. And instead of spending like $400, $500, $600 on Dyson, which is so expensive, I actually got the Leven hair dryer and it is absolutely amazing. It also came in this little package. I'm gonna show you guys how I'm just gonna style my hair quickly. It is a super sleek design. I absolutely love it. This comes off here, so for people with straight hair can do this. And then if you have curly hair, they have another attachment. Put it on. It is also very lightweight, which I absolutely love, and very compact. I can store it in a closet or whenever I am not here. So what I'm going to start with, I always like add a little bit of Olaplex. This is the number 6, the Bond Smoother. I just like wash my hair. Nothing better than a hair wash day. So I'm just adding a little bit and I'm just gonna brush it out. I really try to brush more gentle. I have been really working on my hair health and I feel the results have been there, but I definitely want to keep it going. So the weird thing is about my hair, I have very fine and thin hair, but for some reason it takes forever to dry. Like when I air dry it, it probably takes like 2 hours and I don't know what it is. So that's why today I'm like heading out. I quickly want to blow dry my hair. The reason why I love the leave-in as well is because it dries so freaking quickly. Like normally with a Dyson it takes me 20 minutes and with this one only like 5 to 10 minutes. Leave-in has a 3-color LED ring light. You can turn the LED ring into different colors by switching the heat button. Red indicates 80-degree hot air, yellow is 50-degree warm air, and blue is cold air. The 4th temperature setting is actually hidden. You can press and hold 2 seconds to activate the auto mode, shifting hot and cold air every few seconds. Because of this function, your hair is actually way more protected because you're not using high heat constantly. Done. It literally takes me 6 minutes. Like, who has time to blow dry hair for a very long time in the morning? If you ask me, I actually think the leave-in is way better than the Dyson. It is much quicker, it is more compact, and it's so much cheaper. They were so nice enough to give me and my community also a discount code, so you can use the link down below, you can use the code down below and you can check it out. The best part is that they have a 30-day return policy, so you can literally order it, try it out. If you do not like it, you can just return it. And they also have a 2-year warranty, so you will really know that this thing is going to last. I got mine in Europe, but I'm actually thinking of also getting one in the US because it's just the freaking best. There you go. Get ready. Let's go. All right. I wanted to answer some Q&As around the wedding. I think I'm gonna get my wedding video back in like 1 or 2 weeks, which I'm also so excited to see and also so excited to share. I've shared my wedding vlog that most of you guys have seen. If not, I will link it down below as well, so you can go back and rewatch it. But yeah, obviously there were so many questions around it, so I was like, I want to take a little moment and just kind of answer them. So let me see. How did you pick and find everything from the wedding abroad, like a planner, photographer, etc.? So a lot was honestly mostly doing so much research, doing a lot of research online and also word of mouth. I would just like ask around a lot of people. The planner was recommended to me. I think it's really important to always pick a local-ish planner. So for me, she was based in Venice, but obviously it's very familiar in Italy, and the rest was honestly just all online, a lot of outreach and a lot of research. How did you and Max come to mutual decision on wedding planning? So you always hear that wedding planning can be very stressful as an individual, but also as a couple. I had set such a straight intention before where I was like, I do not want this process to be stressful. I want this to be so fun and so good. And as soon we would head to a place where there was maybe like stressful situations around the planning, I immediately would like stand still and be like, okay, we're going back. So I think something what we did really well was we kind of dedicated or separated like the planning. We didn't do the planning all together. Like I kind of planned the whole wedding, and then with the guest list and the venue, we did that together. And honestly, I think it was the best. Like I really didn't mind like planning most of it because it was mainly my vision anyway. And that way there was also no friction between us because we like different things, and he was like, whatever makes you happy, we'll do it. How do you stay in shape for the wedding? Did you prep any specific way leading up the wedding? Diet, workouts, etc. Love this question. I obviously wanted to feel and also look my best. So what I really try to do is the 30 days before, I really try to cut out like mostly sugar and processed foods, especially for like your skin and your overall mood as well. And then for workouts, I kind of continued whatever I was doing normally. I'm pretty consistent, so I would do strength training twice a week and then 3 times a week like Pilates, but I would definitely focus more on upper body. I usually focus a little bit more on lower body, on legs and booty and stuff, but I wanted to get like strong arms, and you can accomplish this through like different ways. And for me, like lifting a little bit heavier weight for my arms and my upper body, that was really important. So I don't know if you guys want to see like a series on this, like kind of how you get like sculpted arms, then I can actually make that. I would love to share. And it was funny, I also brought some equipment to Italy, not to do heavy workouts, but I don't know, maybe you saw it on TikTok, but we did not have a gym there and we arrived a couple days before, but I did kind of want to, you know, just like use my muscles a little bit. You will get a little bit more definition. So I like put my elastic band around an Asian old olive tree, which was strong enough, don't worry guys. And I did like some exercises. So also prior to the wedding, I try to consistently exercise a little bit, and to just, you know, those last days give your body a little extra like tone and push. I feel that's what I really learned on how to do that during the VS show. A lot of like lengthening, so you're kind of like sculpting everything. And yeah, that's basically what I did mainly. And then I think I was really heavy on stress management, so really trying to be very mindful before, like doing more meditation and stuff, because honestly, if you're stressed and you're bloated, like it's the worst. It's the worst. Let's see. Okay. Do you feel your wedding was more traditional or non-traditional? I would say our wedding was not really traditional. We really chose not to do that. We wanted to make the ceremony very short. So I think something non-traditional that we did during our wedding was also not doing our vows in front of everyone during the ceremony. And this might be really weird for some people, but Max and I just both didn't feel the need to express our love in front of 95 people. And I feel the vows are often kind of like all the same, and we're like, we have so often like really deep and thoughtful conversations with each other where we really express our love, and we just both didn't really feel like doing that. We were very lucky that Jason, who knows us so well, was giving an incredible, like was leading an incredible ceremony. And it's almost like through his storytelling about our relationship, I feel our vows kind of like came through that. So I think that was something like untraditional. And then my family did kind of something untraditional. Instead of a speech, they created a song, and they had apparently printed the lyrics and gave it to all the wedding guests. So they surprised us with singing a song incorporated with a story and a speech, and then all the wedding guests were singing the story, and it was this whole thing, and it was something very wholesome. And I actually need to give a shout out to my mom for just doing that. Like, she was so nervous singing in front of everyone, and she just did it. But I definitely think that was like something very non-traditional, which was a lot of fun. Yeah, I think those were kind of like things that I felt, yeah, we didn't want it like to feel very proper, if that makes sense. What was the most difficult and stressful part of the wedding? Oof. I think it definitely comes back to like the budget and financial things. Like, if you're not budgeting out properly prior to it, like it can definitely cause problems. People really underestimate what comes with like prepping a wedding and the cost of it. And it's not even the food and the venue, it's all those like extra little costs. I feel it's almost everyone's like stress around the wedding, maybe family stuff, but for me that was like, I set the budget and that was very important to me, so I just had to like work in that. But sometimes that could be obviously a little bit stressful. What was your favorite moment, decision, or detail of the wedding? Ooh, I love that. I think my favorite decision was that we really focused on the party, because that's truly like the moment where you have the most fun. So, but obviously this is completely a preference for what you find important on your big day. It might be dinner, but for us it was really the party. Like, the party was really important. I think another decision what we really loved was to do multiple days and even stay after with a couple of friends. Even after the wedding, like, I just love to be all together and just you're reliving the wedding all together again. You're talking about it, you're just like looking back at it, like stories come up from other guests, and I felt that was just so special, and it just felt really like a mini holiday rather than just a wedding, if that makes sense. What did you not use or regret paying for? We had an ice cream shop, ice cream stand at our after party. But I think everyone had already so much food during dinner and everyone was so ready to party that I think nobody ate the ice cream, which is kind of a shame. But it would look cute though. It looked cute. Let's see. The most crying scene is, ooh. Well, I cried multiple times. The first time was when I did a first look with my mom. Like, she normally never really cries, and when she saw me, she started crying, and obviously I started crying. First look with my dad, also started crying. I could not hold it together. It was right before the ceremony. And then obviously, I think when I saw Max, like, he actually like cried. So there was a lot of crying involved, which I feel is always on a wedding. When did you start planning? What is the most stressful part of the organization? Okay, for everyone who is going to get married, number one, start with your venue, because that needs to be done almost at least a year before. And then start your wedding dress almost a year before. I started looking back in October for a June wedding and I was kind of late. I did not have a lot of choices. It normally takes like 9 months to like order a dress at least. So you want to give yourself a little bit of room to actually start looking for dresses. Whether I kind of like started looking and I had to pick something that week. So that is definitely a tip that I would recommend. And then I think I like plan most of it, like the big decisions in January for like a June wedding, which I don't know if that's really late, but all came together. Okay, a lot of questions asked like why Italy was chosen for the celebration. So we were looking at the things that we found very important on our dream wedding, and number one was always your friends, family, but good food and weather. So when we were thinking about weather, we were thinking also Europe, and then we landed with good food like so quickly in Italy. And I had obviously cooked before in Puglia in the south, and that's kind of how I knew about that area. And it was honestly, we've also looked at venues in Tuscany, which we really loved, but in Puglia we absolutely loved the rawness and kind of like the deserty vibe of the venue. We were allowed to play music till 3 a.m. outside, where in Tuscany everywhere music needs to move inside and needs to like shut down at like 1. And the party is so important for us, so we were like, we want a venue where we can play music and have a party till like 3 a.m. And I think I went to bed at like 5, but at 5:30 sun started to rise and there were still a lot of guests doing sunrise. So we did a good job. Let's see. What to splurge on, where to save. So it's really important to think about your priorities of the wedding, because you have to like pick and choose. And for us, the experience was the most important over just kind of detailed aesthetics, to be honest. Obviously, I'm a big foodie. I wanted to make sure that we had amazing food for all our guests. When there's good food, I feel everyone is happy, so that was really important. Where, for example, where to save, I had very simple but stunning flowers. So when you look on the table, it had like all little stems, but like also loose bouquets, because I also really like for the experience, which was my priority, that you're actually able to talk with the person in front of you. And even our ceremony was like in between the olive trees, and we had some nice flowers up there and like just a piece of fabric, but it wasn't anything like crazy structure and insane amount of flowers. And I really wanted it that way, and you have to make those choices. Even if I think I could splurge on it, I will probably keep the same, but I think that is like a good example. What was your favorite thing you had on your wedding? Ooh, I think my favorite thing was the Necahoma matcha cake. Like, that was unbelievable, and it was such a fun detail of like something like personal, I feel like. Honestly, the cake was literally one of the best cakes we've ever had. I mean, it's been made with a Michelin star chef Isabella from Puglia, so that was pretty amazing. Like, that was just such a fun detail for the whole night. What was our honeymoon location? So we kind of joked because we kind of did a friend moon after. We stayed in Puglia for a couple days with our friends, which was literally so much fun. And then after, we went to the north of Italy to an amazing spa hotel. Like, guys, I cannot even, it's probably my favorite wellness resort I've ever been to. It's called Vloet Resort. They also have a location in Dolomites, but we went to Lake Garda. It was absolutely stunning. For 4 days long, we just steamed, we did sauna, we just like hang out in robes, like chill by the pool, like ate good food, like we literally didn't do anything, and I got massages, facials. It was the best. I can highly recommend. I had thought about like a big honeymoon after, but the wedding was so much organizing that I just almost like forgot about organizing a whole other honeymoon. So we were kind of like, you know what, not to make that stressful, let's just do a mini moon after, and that's perfect. So it turned out really well. Where's Katsu? Oh my god, we really wanted to bring him, but we just felt, because we were staying after in Italy, it was a little bit difficult to like take him everywhere, and it was also pretty hot. He was just having such a good time on the countryside here that we were like, okay, he has a much better life right here than bringing him to Italy in the heat and like just dragging around a lot. So that's why I didn't come with. And then someone else asked me, what were the dresses that you wore? So I had different dresses planned because comfort is one of my key words in how I dress, and even for a wedding, like I want to be comfortable. So the first night I wore this gorgeous mono dress with like stunning cutouts. It was kind of like sexy but still very chic, which I loved, with like the wavy hair. Then the next day, obviously my wedding dress was from Pernovios, and then for a party dress I had this Italian designer Tale Marmo with feathers, and it was so comfortable to like dance in, and it was like fun, like furling around. And I danced probably for 5 hours straight until like 4 a.m. So that was like really important. I think this is it. I hope I answered all you guys' questions. If you have any other questions, then leave them down below and I will try to respond to most of it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you don't have your notifications on, and turn them on so you know exactly when I'm uploading a new video. And also leave me a comment down below what type of videos you would like to see. I need some inspiration. What do you guys want? What insights do you want of my life? And I will see you guys very soon.